Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. A previous employee of Ripple is now employed by BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world with over $10 trillion in assets under management. I just heard a very crazy tale about this person. After leaving Ripple, this individual is currently employed at BlackRock. Plus, he's the boss of digital assets at that company. Believe it or not, this is the same individual that persuaded BlackRock CEO Larry Fink to launch a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, ETF. What makes this story even more intriguing is that this individual worked at Ripple when he also developed a model that estimated a price for XRP of $32.91, which is rather high if it comes to fruition. As far as adoption rates go, that's a huge win. Also, I think that is quite awesome. You have to remember that XRP was the main consideration for him. And if you read it all, he still managed to get at the Highland high end of a very profitable $32.91, even if he was primarily considering XRP as a bridge currency and a store of money. There are, of course, more practical uses for XRP than that. You may be familiar with the XRP price model that I'm referring to if you've been an active member of the XRP community for any length of time, but I must admit that I was surprised to hear this narrative. I thought it was crazy that we had a Bitcoin ETF with BlackRock. After hearing that name, it was an employee of Ripple. However, before we go, let me clarify that I am not providing financial advice and do not have any form of financial support. Also, you shouldn't base any purchases or sales on what I say, right? I'm simply a curious bystander that loves to vlog about cryptocurrency on YouTube. However, careless harm done for amusement purposes alone. So, whose model was I referring to? Obviously, this is nothing new to anyone who has been around for any length of time. The title, A Fundamental Valuation Framework for Crypto Assets, by Robert Mitnick and Susan Affey, has been the subject of much community discussion for over 6 years. The individual who left Ripple to join BlackRock is known as Robert Mitnick. The whole cryptocurrency market benefited from his efforts, and he managed to persuade Larry Fink that he should vigorously pursue a Bitcoin ETF. And it makes you think, might XRP be up next? I had the impression that Robert Mitnick was rather pro-XRP back then, so he would have been my guest. I seriously doubt he would have worked for Ripple, had his name on this model, or been involved in any way if he despised XRP. Remember, I've already stressed this point extensively, walking viewers through this model isn't the point of this video. For the moment, I shall draw attention to Robert, who is midship. And it is indeed him. I will not go into his lengthy gushing over the author portion. Still, that's him in the middle. During the year 2018. Also, his model came out at $32.91 if everything went according to plan, page 20. That is the most optimistic estimate. Even at the lowest estimate, it would have cost $6.37. A lot of people have started using cryptocurrency in the past 6 years. Indeed, the SEC has reduced XRP's adoption, which in turn has reduced its price action. Still, I find it fascinating that utility has been acknowledged. Even in 2017, when my crypto experience was minimal, I thought, utilities, what matters? Either this stuff will do something or it won't, which is why XRP drew me in from the start. I've held XRP for more than 6 years because of it. Additionally, I remain firm in my belief that utility matters and will ultimately triumph as an investing thesis. That seems to make sense here, in my opinion. According to this account, you managed to convince Larry Fink to approve the spot Bitcoin ETF application, which was subsequently approved by the SEC. It's quite surprising that this is actually happening, and I find myself wondering why. Is it possible that XRP may undergo a comparable marketing campaign in the future? The stakes are high, and the additional P won't be worth it in the long run. Even if it won't happen soon, I can't help but wonder why on earth it wouldn't happen eventually. Furthermore, I do not anticipate that it will occur very soon. I really doubt that any applications will be accepted this year. Well, I stumbled into this post yesterday afternoon, from Scott Melker. Gary Gensler is in charge, but that's for later. No less than 936 times has the Wolf of All Streets shared this. A small number of people who follow you on social media, X. Here I will share with you the exact transcript of a 58-second video that I transcribed. What follows is the writing of the Wolf of All Streets. When it comes to Bitcoin, Larry Fink has essentially become the undisputed leader. His motives are viewed by many as negative. If Fink has been genuinely orange-pilled, I inquired of Anthony Scaramucci. In addition, he proved his epicness by sharing a personal experience with Larry Fink. This is the person being referred to specifically. For those who are staring at the screen, this is Anthony Scaramucci. He is the founder and managing partner of Skybridge Capital, a firm that manages around $2 billion in assets. At long last, I have located the most recent figure. Regardless, word got out. Therefore, Anthony Scaramucci's statement is as follows. It is a quotation. November 2021 was when I first met with Larry Fink. You seem to enjoy this Bitcoin, he says. I stated that I do. He then gave me the Bitcoin sucks look. Let's take a moment to acknowledge that hearing him declare that Bitcoin is terrible made me giggle. The smart CEO, BlackRock. While $10 trillion is being managed, Bitcoin remains unmoved. In any case, we will go on with the transcribing. Alright, Larry, I responded. To my mind, you're incorrect. All I'm saying is that you should put in more homework. At BlackRock, there is now an individual by the name of Robbie Mitnick. He is a young man who approached BlackRock with the concept of developing an exchange-traded fund, ETF, for Bitcoin. To Larry, who deserves a lot of credit, he orange-pilled. Reason being, Larry turned in his assignments. Being engrossed in comprehending its nature and the reasons it would serve as a global store of value caused Larry to do a U-turn. Speaking proudly of Bitcoin's shortcomings requires a highly astute leader. Say, you know what, I've got this wrong, after 24 months. This last phrase is incomplete without BlackRock. I understand that this is something of a rehash of the story. Why, yet, do I? How come I'm actually taking this in? So, what makes you believe that's credence? Here are a couple items for you to look at. Allow me to make a statement on Larry Fink first. I mean, here's the thing, it all depends on his sincerity. Larry Fink always maintained his innocence. You know, what he really stated was that Bitcoin's ecology improved and that it was no longer mostly utilized for evil. Indeed, his co-workers are aware that he was orange-pilled on the inside. He is aware. Even so, he succeeded. Actually, his ego was too big for him to publicly concede when he was mistaken. Instead of publicly admitting his mistake on Bitcoin, something he never did, he simply stated, "Things have changed. This development has taken place." And that was his exact wording. That is what the general population sees. Indeed, it is the argument he has advanced. On the inside, you know that isn't correct. It seems to me that Anthony Scaramucci is causing Larry Fink a little of problems due to his lack of self-confidence in admitting when he is incorrect. It was me. Or perhaps he only believed that it would be an unflattering appearance and was overly certain of his opinion. He changed his opinion in just 24 months, which is quite short. The situation is as it is, but strictly speaking, when he made the public statement regarding the evil purpose. I doubt it was in the year 2021. Prior to filming this video, I did not research it. However, wouldn't you agree that that happened, like, in 2019 or something? I would need to check it again. I was under the impression that it had been a lot longer. While however, the reason Anthony Scaramucci is aware of this is because he was there when it happened, which is why I think you should listen to him with a degree of faith. It all started like this, and here we are now. Reason being, he was an associate of Robert Mitnick's. Indeed, Robert Mitchum was an associate of Anthony Scaramucci's. So, Mitnick managed to get Scaramucci to put $10 million into the venture with BlackRock. In a way, it proved that this financial commodity had demand from outside sources. The fact that Larry Fink came to the realization that there is, in fact, demand in the real world is due, in part, to that. So that he could say something more nuanced than Bitcoin is bad, he probably took the time to educate himself on the Bitcoin ecosystem and cryptocurrencies in general. You know, Robert Mitnick, I'm hoping that you. To be honest, I'm not very optimistic about BlackRock's chances of getting their spot XRP ETF proposal approved or even submitted anytime soon, but I'm hopeful that his knowledge of XRP will persuade him to move in that path. No one should be shocked if someone applies shortly. However, I just don't think that will be occurring tomorrow. In any case, I enjoyed reading the narrative. This is basically like Ripple, but different. In the event that something significant and detrimental were to happen to cryptocurrency, it would essentially boil down to Ripple and XRP, in nearly all instances. I am astounded. It is an essential component of the modern cryptocurrency. And that is the essence of it. Robert Mitnick believes that XRP has the potential to become worth a substantial fortune in the future, which is very cool. According to Larry, what you're trying to communicate is that you're not a financial advisor. Nothing I say or write should influence your purchasing or selling decisions. The video ends there. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.